So we're going to be replacing the axle, upper control arm, lower control arm, and the trailing arm to this assembly to this 328i E36. And first we're going to start off by removing the wheel. You want to grab your 11/16 socket. Now that we have the wheel off, we can start with the upper control arm, lower, and the trailing arm, and also the strut assembly. So this is what I have done so far. Just removed the axle by using my electric impact gun, using a 30mm socket with a 12-point star. And I removed it pretty good. Used some WD-40 to soak it. Then I used my heat gun over there. Hold the axle, then use my electric impact gun, so I want to just spin the axle. But other than that, I finally was able to get the nut out. And you have to make sure you remove the flanges that hold it together. And that's about it. So I got everything out, all the broken parts, the broken axle, the broken lower control arm, swaybar link replaced already, and pretty much there's a lot of moving around you have to do just to get specifically to that lower control arm. Now for what I did, there's different ways you could do it. You could actually take the whole differential out, but what I did was take the carrier bolt to the right out, then there's one in the back, and I don't know if it makes a difference, but I did unbolt the left axle and then raise the differential out with a jack, and it gave me enough clearance to get my large torque wrench, break it free, and actually unbolt it out. And I was able to remove it. You actually have to get a wrench after once it's loosened real good, so you have enough clearance to unbolt it more. So everything's out. Everything's ready to assembly back together. And I do not recommend this job for inexperienced. I mean, I was inexperienced, but I'm pretty much self-taught myself, and I only got better as I go. So if you want to take this challenge, it's a good challenge to see how you can work with this. I mean, it's not easy to do this, but it can be done. But it is a hard job. It's a messy job, especially for older cars. A lot of bolts were rusty. I had to use, I used not WD-40, but Fabulous Blaster. It's a pretty good product too. It's more high performance than WD-40, but just have to take your time, make sure you have all the right tools, metric. I use heavy duty sockets because chrome ones I found to break very easily. They strip, they just pretty much break. About a set at Harbor Freights, good set, and it's all metric. And it's the impact kind, so they don't strip and they don't snap on the edge over here. Now, all the bolts are mainly 18. I mean, the small bolts are obviously different, nuts, all that. But everything's mainly 18 you have to deal with. So, I'm going to start working my way to put this back together. And hopefully I can get this done by today, so I drive my car again. So let's take it from there. So after I finished everything with the lower control arm, replaced the axle and rear swaybar link, everything's back to fully straight. And it moved as soon as I put that car in reverse when it was parked over there. can't really see it, but I have a little bit thicker axle because that one came from manual. So 318s have a much skinnier one than a 328s, but the manuals, I know they're much more larger than the automatic. But I got everything done. Not the most difficult job, but not a job that you really want to tackle for the fun of it.